Did you know that in Star Wars The Force Unleashed, if you start up the mission Imperial Kashyyyk and make your way through the level up until the point where you get inside the hunting lodge, in the very back room if you look to the left, you can find Jar Jar Binks from Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace, frozen in carbonite. No idea why he's here, but there you go. What's going on, everyone? Hope you all are having a good day as always. Today we'll be looking at even more hidden details that you may have missed in gaming. Now, Hogwarts Legacy recently just dropped, and overall I thought it was a solid game, but it was missing one very crucial part: Quidditch. I know I'm not the only one who misses Quidditch so much and wish it was actually in the main game. However, one really cool little detail that the developers decided to put in the game takes place in Madame Kagawa's office. Her office is literally right next to where Quidditch would take place, but if you go up these stairs and head inside, on the right hand side of the room, you can find a little mini Quidditch game still going on. Of course, you know, it's not the same thing playing it versus watching it, but if you still wanted to see some form of Quidditch in the game, just come to Madame Kagawa's office and you can watch this game run endlessly. Here's hoping they add Quidditch in the sequel, or maybe as DLC down the line. The next game we'll be discussing in today's video is one of my all-time favorite games, Gun. This was basically Red Dead Redemption before Red Dead Redemption. I'm still holding out for a remaster or a sequel one of these days, or maybe even a remake. That would be amazing. But anyways, when you beat Gun, there's not really a new game plus, right? You'd have to restart the game and do a completely new save file. At least that's what we all thought. But that's actually not the case, as once you've beaten the game, if you take the ferry from Dodge City back to where the game basically first started, and use your horse to get up on this mountain, it seems impossible, I know, but it'll actually work, and keep going back to where the starting parts of the game took place, doing the same thing on this cliff as you did with that mountain, where you just use your horse and jump and jump and jump, you'll eventually be able to make your way back to the very beginning of the game. But this time, you know, you've beaten the story, but you're all the way back. Now in the starting area, there's two rocks in the water. What you want to do is stand in between these two rocks and hold some buttons for a few seconds until you hear a strange sound. Now if you're on PC, you'll hold the buttons Shift, C, V, space, and the left mouse button. If you're on the PS2 version, you'll hold L1, L2, R1 and R2, and X. If you're on GameCube, it'll be the left and right triggers plus A. On Xbox, you'll hold left, right, and A. And finally on Xbox 360, you'll hold LB, LT, plus RB and RT, and A. Basically, to put it bluntly, you're gonna go into quick draw mode, while also holding an item such as a dynamite or a Molotov. You'll be holding that as well, and you'll jump at the same time you do all of this. Now once this happens, you'll hear a strange sound, and you'll know you hear it because it'll sound like this. Now once you've done that, if you pause the game and go down to the options menu, you'll find a new mode called Gun. And on here, you can watch any cutscene, replay any mission, and basically replay the game any way you want. As someone who has played this game so many times, I only just recently found out about this new game plus, and it is just insane what lengths you have to go to in order to unlock it. But once you've unlocked it, you can replay any mission and rewatch any cutscene and basically do whatever you want to do instead of having to restart the game from the very beginning. Now we're actually not done with Gun, as I actually have some more hidden details for this one. If you've ever wanted infinite ammo in this game, all you have to do is go here on the map where this abandoned house is at, and right behind it will be this little cave. Inside this cave will be some TNT. If you take the TNT and bring it back to the abandoned house and set it down here at this spot and shoot it, you'll find the secret area with unlimited ammo, so you'll never have to worry about ever running out. But not only is there infinite ammo, there's also infinite whiskeys. If you've never played the game, every time you're low on health, Colton, the main character, will use whiskey to heal. Now there's 3 different areas where there's infinite whiskey. The first one is going to be underneath Dodge City's bridge. if you make your way down the bridge all the way on the other side, you'll find this hidden cave with whiskey bottles just laying there in like a circular motion some way. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. But if you try to heal and pick it up, the whiskeys will never go away and stay there forever. Now there's a total of 3 of these different infinite whiskeys. This is the first one. The second one is right here on the map, right next to the hunting side mission. All you gotta do is go up these stairs and somewhat glitch inside this house. And once you do, there will be some more infinite whiskeys right inside here just waiting for you. And the last one is actually at the ranch, which is right between Dodge City and Empire City. If you make your way up to the ranch, it'll be inside this small building. So if you ever need health or just some extra whiskeys, but you don't know where to get them, there you go. Now there's one final thing to talk about for this game. It's 2 hidden details, but I've decided to put them as one, since one is pretty straightforward and this other one's actually really hidden. But on the Hollister mission, when you're raiding the fort, if you don't follow your buddies and instead go into the jail cells, you'll actually find an Indian who's been imprisoned, and you can actually save him and he'll help you out in battle. A super small detail that I actually didn't discover until recently, but I wanted to show it off. But the other main detail also takes place on this mission where you raid the fortress. Now right when you get inside this giant house that has fireplaces and all of these tables and whatnot, if you go to where Hollister's desk is at, located right here, you can actually find a hidden note left by Magruder that was sent to Hollister. Now when you pick up this note, Magruder says this:
"Get to the safe, you know what to do. I want the contents returned to me untouched."
And not only does Magruder say that, but on the top it says, of course, there's a letter from Magruder to Hollister. Scratched on the bottom is, "Get to the safe," with a whole bunch of numbers, you know what to do. Now these numbers are actually randomized for every single playthrough, and it's pretty wild what these numbers are actually for. But basically, when the game came out, Activision, the publisher of this game, contracted a company by the names of 42 to do some special marketing for this game. They ran an alternate reality game that's centered around this site called www.lastcallpoker.com. Now back then, if you actually went to this site and put in the numbers from your playthrough, you could actually get a special for your profile on the site called Secrets of the Safe. Unfortunately though, they took down the site, so I can't really show it on the video since, well, it no longer exists, sadly. But if you had never seen that letter, or if you had but had no idea what those numbers meant, there you go. Here's hoping one day we get a sequel to Gun. Now this next game actually has 2 hidden details as well. A game I actually recently played for the very first time to completion, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Now if you start up the mission Displace, you're going to spawn in like this little alleyway and there's newspapers all on the ground. Now the newspapers don't really seem that important, but they actually have a funny little detail on them. If you look closely at one of the newspapers, it says Ubi Party Goes Bad, with a picture of some random dudes just chilling. Now this is more likely than not some of the developers who worked on the game from Ubisoft, the developers of the game. Funny little detail that I thought I'd share. Now the second detail actually involves the whistle mechanic in this game. You see, since this is a stealth game, sometimes you might have to whistle to get someone to come towards you, right? Well, if you decide, nah, I'm just gonna spam the whistle mechanic, Sam Fisher will start to gobble like a chicken. A funny little detail that you would only really catch if you spam the whistle mechanic. But that is everything I have to show you guys today. If you guys liked the video and want to see another, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz. But I hope you guys have a good rest of y'all's day, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.